is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for June 7th, 2023. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. Just announced, Tool are headed back out on the road. They'll be in Boston at the TD Garden on Wednesday, November 15th. Tickets go on sale this Friday, June 9th at 10 a.m. In a new interview, Black Sabbath bass player Geezer Butler was asked about the report that Ozzy may perform in a chair when he returns to the live stage later this year. Geezer, who is promoting his autobiography Into the Void From Birth to Black Sabbath and Beyond, said, quote, "I wouldn't be surprised. It's up to him. I've got nothing to do with his solo career. Whatever Ozzy wants to do is up to him. It's sad that he has to do that if he does, but Ozzy wants to get out there and play for his fans one more time, so good luck to him." When he was asked if he still stays in touch with Ozzy and his fellow Sabbath band members, he said, quote, "I stay in touch with Tony. Bill's not on the internet. I haven't spoken to Ozzy since the last Sabbath gig in 2017. Guns N' Roses have been shaking up their set list on their recently launched tour, playing rarities like Bad Obsession, Pretty Tied Up, and Down on the Farm. They also played Anything Goes at the tour kickoff in Abu Dhabi earlier this month. Fans in Tel Aviv that caught soundcheck heard the band rehearsing Perhaps. The song off of the Chinese Democracy is one of several songs that the band ran through ahead of their performance, with other songs like It's So Easy. The Tel Aviv gig had Guns N' Roses playing 27 songs, including the Stooges cover of TVI led by Duff McKagan. In a new interview on the Paltrow cast, Stephen Pearcy from Ratt was asked if he was planning on writing a second book. He said, "We're talking to somebody right now, and we think we've got the right guy for it, because I don't want it to be all about, oh, you've got to compete with Motley Crue's The Dirt. I mean, that's all it was with the Simon & Schuster book, my first one. And I was like, no, you've got to change writers midstream. I got to go and get another writer, and it turned out to be more like a play. And it's cool, but I didn't care for the business in between, and there was a lot more in there. People think they know the ins and outs of this band, Ratt. Bullshit. What you've heard, bullshit." Blackstone Cherry have released their cover version of Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do with It. All proceeds from Blackstone Cherry's recording will be donated to organizations for domestic violence awareness. Tina Turner, who passed away on May 24th after a long illness, was 83 years old. The band sang, "With the untimely passing of Tina, we thought that we would love to share this version with the world, and in doing so, we want to do something really cool and honor Tina's legacy, and we want to donate all of our portion of the proceeds of the song to domestic violence awareness. We know that's something Tina was very, very avid about and finally got free from in her life." Blackstone Cherry are set to release their 8th studio album, Screamin' at the Sky, coming up on September 29th. After a handful of shows this summer, 311 will be back in action this fall, playing a headlining tour with special guests AWOL Nation and Blame My Youth. The tour kicks off in Aspen, Colorado on June 29th. And wraps up in Pomona, California on October 22nd. Thrice have announced a new round of touring in support of the 20th anniversary of their major label debut, 2003's The Artist in the Ambulance. The tour kicks off October 5th in Chicago, wraps up in Tucson on October 20th, and will feature 68 in the opening slot. June 6th has become informally known as International Day of Slayer. And yesterday it was announced the band's collaboration with Igloo Coolers. A pair of band-branded coolers were announced in 2 variants, including a Rain and Blood-inspired offering with built-in speakers with up to 10 hours of playtime. You can check out the new coolers online. Igloo Coolers taking to Instagram saying, "All hail the coming of Slayer coolers. We poured blood, sweat, and beers into the creation of our most hardcore collection ever." Eric Clapton, who recently played the Royal Albert Hall in London, dedicated to Jeff Beck, has now announced he's going back to London's iconic Royal Hall in the spring of 2024. Tickets for the shows go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. And in an emotional road back to the concert stage for the Foo Fighters, the band just wrapped up their first run of shows, and frontman Dave Grohl took a few moments to say thank you to fans in a letter posted on Instagram, saying, quote, "Hey, it's been a while, and now that we've returned from our first run of shows, I felt compelled to reach out and thank you all for being there for us. Every night when I see you guys singing, it makes me sing harder. When I see you screaming, it makes me scream louder. When I see your tears, it brings me to tears. And when I see your joy, it brings me to joy. But I see you, and it feels good to see you, churning up these emotions together. Because we've always done this together, time and time again. See you soon, David. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 157, featuring Brad Gillis from Night Ranger, is available now.